Hey everybody. On today's episode, we talk about travel plans as if COVID didn't exist. This is the Thought Arcade.
Welcome back to the Thought Arcade with your hosts, Chris, Elijah, and Daniel. We are on YouTube. We are here.
We are official.
We just decided to make ourselves a YouTube thing. And you're going to want to, if you're listening to the podcast, you're going to want to get yourself over there because, spoiler alerts, none of us are wearing pants.
Yeah. We've got some pretty cool things in the works. So, for those of you that listen, just keep tabs because we got some stuff we're working on and we're trying to make this podcast great.
Elijah's waiting on another webcam, but he's actually just butt naked. So just
That's you.
Yeah.
He's actually completely naked where I only have a shirt on.
Yeah.
That's the advantages of being at the house alone, though.
We had to make sacrifices somewhere, So, and it was a close or YouTube. We chose YouTube.
COVID's just bringing out the inner man in us. We just want to lay it all out, go commando.
Super prime.
Let's get into some updates. Since we did just come off of our sports episode, there are a couple of sports updates in regards to. I don't know if y'all heard about this, but an NBA player being approved leave because I think of a death in the family. Uh-huh. So he used that to go to like a strip club and get some chicken wings.
Williams, you are a legend.
What do y'all think about that, man? That's crazy. I know. What are you doing, man?
This guy goes, and I'm sure he had a family issue. That's fine, and that's great. But if you know who Lou Williams is, if you watch him, you get this. Like, you understand that as he was coming back, he made a stop at a strip club because, quote unquote, they had the best wings he's ever had.
Oh, man.
Clearly not Pluckers.
Oh, man. Would you even trust? I mean, I've never gone to a strip club. I've never done anything like that. I'm not into that. But would you even trust the food there? Like, I know that these places, they advertise their steaks and their wings and stuff. Would y'all even eat off of that stuff?
I would not.
I would, in the sense that because some of those like strip clubs and places, they do a free brunch and lunch. So I'm not going to turn down free food.
There's brunch?
That's against me. Yeah. Some of them have in Parks and Rec.
Oh, yeah. They do like the breakfast buffet, and he defends it against like a glitter cannon or something.
He doesn't care about the strippers. He doesn't care about anything else. But he saw that brunch buffet. And it cuts to him looking at it, and then the next thing is his plate with a pile of bacon. So I would eat it if it was free food, but he went and bought a meal there. That's just that's too much. Why would you do that?
You know how gyms are stepping it up, getting extra clean and extra spray bottles, extra personnel. You think the strip clubs have stepped it up too? I mean, that place is super dirty already.
Oh, so funny story is there's a report that Houston, Texas has drive-in strip clubs or drive-up strip clubs.
Oh my God.
So they're outdoors. You drive in, apparently you play a song through your car and the stripper will dance for you.
I also heard
that's America.
How crazy is that?
That's American ingenuity in a free market right there. That's what that is. I've also seen where some strip clubs have closed, but they became delivery services. They're like Uber, and they're like Postmates or DoorDash or whatever. So they got marked as essential businesses.
Oh my gosh. They're trying, dude.
They had strippers go and deliver food, from their place or from other places.
Oh. You're gonna have to learn to
that's adaptability, right?
You got to learn to rollerblade too, so you can have curbside like Sonic does too.
Dude, it's what? Hey, kudos to them for figuring out how to do things. They're adapting. The thing is these owners, they came in, they said, wow, COVID is just really shutting everything down. but not us.
Yeah.
Go deliver some food.
That dude was crazy to go and get that.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy. And then I think Chris had pointed this out. There was kind of a little news happening in the Major League Baseball realm.
Oh yeah, dude. The Miami Marlins, a bunch of their players got COVID, and as everybody knows, Florida has not handled the COVID situation at all. We thought the way that like President Trump was addressing it was terrible. No. You haven't seen Florida yet. Florida went
debatable.
downhill. And well, the thing is,
yeah,
is
they
like
got a lot of cases over there. I mean,
for some reason, they have not really like. As soon as they were able to reopen, they just kind of reopened everything, and with that, the athletes just kind of did whatever. So a lot of their players got corona. Then they had to cancel their game. Yankees got scared. Yankees canceled their game against, I believe the Phillies.
Yeah.
And then the Marlins decided to cancel the rest of their games up until Sunday, I believe.
Well, it's also Miami Marlins. Like, I think they maybe have 10 fans total ever. So,
yeah.
Like,
wow.
it's just it's like the Cleveland Browns of baseball.
Also true.
Some of these players are just not taking it that seriously, man. Like,
well, that's the thing about the baseball is like they aren't doing like what the other leagues are doing and just having a big bubble and controlling to a degree the daily lives of these people. They're kind of just like, hey, test your teams twice a day.
Right.
You know, like
they're a lot more lenient with it when it comes to like their procedures. Because look at the NBA. The NBA has the bubble, and they test on a day-to-day basis. I'm pretty sure, like leading up until like the restart tournament. And it got to the point where there were no positive tests. Like everything was good. The Lou Williams thing, when he came back to the bubble, they quarantined him.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So each player they are handling well. Granted, it's a lot of like player management, but they are handling the situation well. NFL, we can't really say much because they canceled some of their preseason games. Their season doesn't really start yet
either. Like they haven't planned for training camps and stuff, which I'm kind of scared of already. The SEC announced today that they're going to a 10-game in-conference season as well. So they've canceled most of their non-conference games, and the Big 12 canceled their media days altogether. So we're not going to have media days for Big 12.
So see, even college sports at this point, I feel like are handling it at least well. But baseball, for some reason, and this doesn't just go for like the Miami Marlins. This goes all across baseball. All they did was maybe I think 2 tests a week and then shrink the season. That's it.
And it doesn't help when you have people like this NBA player just saying like, all right, I'm going to go get some chicken wings. Like it actually demotes all of the other sports getting to do what they got to do. You know, like they're all trying to make this stuff happen, and the actual franchises and the company trying to put money into making it happen. And you got these players just kind of like, man, just doing whatever they want.
Yeah. It's, I don't know, that
It's
the
weird.
NBA is kind of, the bubble right now is kind of similar because there have been several players that have left like the bubble, that also due to family reasons, I'm sure. But like, I do think they could lock that down a little bit better. But aside from that, MLB is just not doing a great job of handling the situation.
Fair enough, man. A couple more updates that we have is crazy television icon Regis Philbin died. He was 88 years old. We all, or at least I know him as the host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I don't know if you guys.
I remember him being on that show, but I remember him more from Live with Regis and Kelly.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I know him more from too.
Yeah, like I remember I was making fun of him one day a long time ago, and my dad's like, "No, dude, Regis Philbin was the man's man back then." I was like, "Really?"
That's what I hear too, and I think there are a couple of I don't know, like brief interviews where he's done where he just looks like a player, man. Like he just knows what he's doing. Yeah,
and I think he used to be an athlete as well.
Oh, really?
I think that's where he where he got his fame. was I think he was like a short-term athlete. I forgot for like which sport. I think it was for football.
He always kept you on your toes whenever you're watching Millionaire and they say final answer and he kind of gives that look and he's like he knows the answer, but he's playing he's playing all of us in the audience. And it's crazy. 88 years old there. Finally,
a month shy. Sorry, real quick. A month shy of his 89th birthday.
Really, man? That's rough,
I think
dude.
his 89th birthday was going to be in August. Is what I've heard. I like again. I didn't really see any of his stuff all that much, but like I was on Twitter, I was watching the news, and like everybody, and of course, when someone passes, everybody always has something nice to say. But like, I didn't hear a single bad thing like this. Yeah. Everybody was just talking him up so much. So I mean, I'm sure his impact was large.
Right. Yeah. I totally agree. Finally, here in the updates, I do want to ask: do y'all guys know the Mars Volta? A band called the Mars Volta?
I do not.
No, that sounds familiar.
It's kind of they're kind of legendary in the like progressive rock kind of realm. Super crazy. Go check them out. Really crazy experimental stuff. But it was hinted by Kanye West himself through Twitter. It's some sort of tweet that's saying that we need to finish this album. And I'm wondering if he's working with the Mars Volta in some sort of crazy musical way. This is gonna either go like super horribly, like there's like an 85% chance that it's gonna end horribly, and then a brief percentage that it actually might be something awesome.
I feel like that would be cool. I feel like Kanye. I don't know if he still has that drive and passion for music.
Right.
I know he put out like a solo album recently, right?
Yeah, I think that would be a great idea. He did put out some music pretty recently.
Yeah.
I have a completely different opinion right now on Kanye, because of everything he's going through, all these like outbursts and everything. I really think he's struggling with his mental health right now a lot. Yeah. So I don't want to that would be cool. That would be amazing for Kanye. Like I've been a Kanye fan since graduation. My older brother used to listen to Kanye. My older brother loved Kanye, so I listen to Kanye. And it would be awesome. But at this point, I think I want to say like anything Kanye tweets or says, I take with a grain of salt, just because I'm sure it's more so his like mental health really catching up to him. And I don't know if you guys have been watching or paying attention to him at all. Your boy's been struggling. Yeah, your boy's
just coming off of a presidential candidate defeat. Okay, so give him some breathing room. Okay, the birthday party, it's in shambles. Okay.
Oh my gosh, it is. Well, I think that if anyone was crazy enough to kind of change up that type of, I mean, I guess it's like throw a wrench in the music scene type of thing. I mean, he's iconic when it comes to the rap game and stuff like that. Yeah. I think if anyone had the kahunas to do something like that, it'd be Kanye and make it sound cool. So
I think so. Like I would be interested in it.
Oh, 100%, dude. I would love it, but you can't forget Jay-Z and Linkin Park.
That's true.
I know. I loved that, but that was more of like they kind of just mashed, like they just put a Linkin Park music over Jay-Z lyrics. It wasn't like they wrote an album together. But I love that fusion. Like I love that album. But
same.
That was more they kind of just combined rather than they sat down and made music.
That's true. It'd be dope to see like Kanye actually sit down and write the write rap lyrics to like rock music. Yeah. If y'all want to check out something that kind of crosses the two, check out DOA by it's featuring Joyner Lucas. I forgot who it is by, but it's like a newer song.
DOA.
I'll send it to you guys.
Sweet.
But yeah, go check it out.
Cool, man. Well, that's all for the updates here. Well, let's just get into the main topic here, which is just everything travel, man. Like we haven't been able to travel through COVID, obviously. We spoke on our previous podcast about travel plans that we made before all of this hit. I'm a noob traveler. I'm a newbie. I haven't gone out as much. I'm sure y'all have visited more places than I have. I guess where would y'all like to go after this is said and done? I mean, do y'all have any destinations?
Actually, I'm thinking about going to Hawaii.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I've always wanted to go to Hawaii. I've never been. I think it'd be a dope thing, and also all the movies. Basically, all my travel plans are based off of what I see in movies. So I saw Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
he went to Hawaii. I was just like, dude, it'd be dope to go to Hawaii. So
For real, man.
Yeah,
I'd
my
go.
parents went, and they went for my mom's 50th birthday. So so she turned 50 in 50, like the 50th state. And they went to
That's crazy.
a not popular island. They went to I think it's called Lanai. It's
Okay.
it's a super small island that's not like traditional touristy stuff. And they surfed, they had paddle boarding. They went and visited pineapple farms and stuff.
Lahaina, maybe?
Lanai, it's like LIN''IA or something like that.
Gotcha.
Lanai.
That's freaking cool, though,
So
man.
that's what I would recommend if you go, Chris. Don't go to Maui and all the traditional places. Go to a cool off the beaten path place.
yeah, see, that's what I hear. But at the end of the day, I still want to experience it all. I want to try every single island if I can. If I can do it in one trip, I'll do it in one trip. But
Yeah.
Dude, that's how long of a flight is that to get to Hawaii? It's 13 hours or something, right?
something like that, I think
Oh,
so.
Ew.
Probably
That's crazy.
it's still okay. I'll go ahead and say my favorite travel spot was New York. I had never been to New York. My older brother decided to take me to New York
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
last Christmas, and it was the coolest thing in the world. It was
Yeah.
during Christmas, so they had all the lights. We went ice skating. We did all the touristy things at first because we were with some. Everybody else had never been to New York as well, except for my older brother.
Yeah.
So we did a lot of touristy things, but it was such a again basing it off the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you see New York, you think of the cool street vibe, that cool the
Rockefeller
Bronx,
Center and stuff.
the
Yeah.
Brooklyn accent and things like that.
The big, I mean, during Christmas, that big Christmas tree on Home Alone, where he just
Yeah.
walked into
Yeah.
Donald Trump or whatever.
Yeah, that's the stuff that I think about, and it was awesome to go and be like, you know what? They filmed several movies. I think we tried to go
Yeah.
to the stairs where they filmed Joker as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. We
Dang,
couldn't find them. I couldn't find them.
Dude, I'm a total noob. I think I got on a plane for the first time, maybe just 3 years ago. So I've not traveled as much as I feel like y'all have. I think me and Elijah have conquered Texas, and Texas is huge. I mean,
I think we've been all over Texas.
you could travel in any direction for 8 hours and you're still in Texas.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've done that. We've done Houston, Austin, San Antonio, College Station. Elijah's been to El Paso.
El Paso, Dallas, Lubbock, went to Texas Tech.
Oh,
So
nice.
that campus.
Yeah,
yeah,
I've been
I
to
pretty
San
much-
Angelo.
Yeah, which is it's actually it's not too far from Lubbock and the
Yeah.
Panhandle region and stuff. The last big Texas thing I haven't been to is Amarillo, but
Right. Very up north. It's
yeah.
another 8 hours.
Yeah, exactly. When you're starting to drive into Panhandle and you're on genuinely on the plains of the Great Plains and stuff,
Yeah.
it's just flat and it feels like you're not going anywhere. You're in
I
the
know.
same spot. It's
Straight line.
horrible to drive.
Oh, I have a fun question for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you were taking a road trip from one corner of the states to the other corner of the states, let's say Seattle to Tampa,
Uh-huh.
Okay.
who would your travel companion be?
Could it be anybody?
It could be anybody.
Legally,
Please,
I have
please
to
don't
say-
say y'all significant others. We're gonna
But
go ahead and
legally, I
I'm
have to say
assuming
it.
realistically you would say them.
My wife would be asleep the whole time, dude. She crashes out like 10 minutes into our trips.
Daniel's talking to Emily, and she's out.
No, seriously, like we'll be having a full-fledged convo, and then all of a sudden she's just like, I look over and she's sitting up and her eyes are like closing and stuff. I'm like, just recline the dang seat and go to sleep, damn it.
Might as well get comfortable. Why are you just sleeping like that?
Yeah, exactly. She's stubborn, but man, I don't know. That's a great question.
I would pick someone from history.
Oh,
like I would pick like a big historical figure.
Who? The first one that comes to your head
is Alfred Thayen Mahan, who wrote The Influence of Sea Power from 1660 to 1783, I think. Just because I'm reading a World War I naval history, and his name comes up a lot as a factor for that stuff. So I would sit down with him.
I feel like y'all wouldn't get anywhere, bro. I feel like he'd be so shocked at every little thing, like, oh, a McDonald's, what's that?
Oh,
like,
lights.
Stop here. Snacks, really snack, bro.
And then once they hit Texas, Elijah's like, oh, you haven't seen anything yet. Takes them to Whataburger.
Oh yeah.
Take on the Buc-ee's, dude.
Oh my god.
Dude, game over. If only they had Buc-ee's everywhere. I don't think people understand how crucial Buc-ee's is to any road trip.
Dude, I watched a Triple D, Diners, Drives, and Dives, with the owners of Buc-ee's.
Oh,
they're in an episode.
Really?
Yo.
Yeah, they're eating barbecue, I think in like Missouri or something. And they're like, yeah, no, this is like the greatest barbecue we've ever had. And I was just like, how dare you?
Oh my gosh. How they slow roast their brisket there, like
on site. It's amazing.
Why are they even gonna try another one?
Yeah,
that's bad. No, I'm just kidding.
So I'm mad at them.
Fair enough.
So I'm upset.
He just brings it up again in the rant section, dude. He's all ticked off.
Okay, so my rant is Diners, whatever that show is called.
Yo, but I got a question, and I think this will prove my point. Who all has been to Disneyland or Disney World?
I have.
Which one is in California?
Disneyland is California. Disney World is Florida.
Okay, I've been to Disneyland when I was super young.
I went when I was pretty young as well.
Yeah, the probability. I knew that y'all probably will both have gone there just by like me guessing it, and I have not gone there. That's how little I've traveled in my life.
A shout out quickly to our number one fan and guest, Natalie. No. She had her Disney World trip canceled because of COVID. And she was going to go back in like May or April or something like that. She finally made it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, she made it like this month. She finally was able to go. Yeah.
Even Natalie's gone. I haven't gone, man.
We were working one day, and I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And it was like right at 8, like right when I got there. And she's like, "Oh, I'm on hold with Disney to like reschedule my trip."
Dang.
I was like, "Oh, cool." And then it was like, "Hey, I'm going to lunch." And she's like, "I'm still on the phone." And I was like, "Oh."
I hear it's hard to schedule that stuff. Like it gets real technical. My sister ended up doing that too.
Yeah.
Did you do it online? Like everything else?
No.
I don't know. Evidently they just
I don't know.
They have call centers for this.
My family always talk because we do a big family trip every year, and we always bring up Disney World as the first place to go. And it never works because we have to plan. Like you have to plan like a minimum of like a year out at least. And you have to have an itinerary. Like when I went and we planned it out, we planned like the hour of the 7 days we were there. And we made it to like maybe 70% of what we were supposed to be doing.
Jeez.
Yeah. And it was crazy.
When I went, it was when I was, I don't know, I would say at least 10, maybe younger.
Mm-hmm.
And I have bad memory, so I don't even remember how it was like. All I remember was I got to a fist fight with my cousin, and that's it. I remember that.
But I went when I was around 10.
Yeah.
I was in like an awkward age where I was too young to do like all the cool stuff. Like we were gonna rent jet skis and stuff, but I was 2 years younger than like what I was supposed to be, and like all the big scary stuff, like I was too short to do.
Oh, you were right in that soft spot where you
and so like I was kind of like trapped in Disney limbo, and
that's so rough.
It wasn't the best, but I'm not going to complain about it. Because
at least you didn't have a fist fight with your cousin. Who gets to say that?
That's true. I had a great time with my cousin.
That's like the exact opposite of what you're supposed to. You're supposed to connect with your family at Disney.
Nope. We got stressed and we did not like each other.
Oh no! I like day 6 of my family vacations. I'm kind of all right. I'll see y'all later.
Oh jeez.
But I love y'all,
dude. I mean, I only traveled in Texas, and there was one time we traveled up to see family in Missouri by car. Like we drove. It was absolutely the longest drive ever. And I mean, we didn't even do much. It didn't even snow. We just like stayed there for, I think it was like a Thanksgiving or something like that. Then but like 3 years ago, like a little more than 3 years ago, me and Emily went to Denver, Colorado. And that's the first time I had ever flown. And it was absolutely nuts. I was freaking out. And it's absolutely beautiful, by the way, looking out the window too. That is a sight to see.
I know it's beautiful, but no thanks.
Yeah.
I do sit by the window though, because I want control of that shade.
Oh yes, that is crucial.
Like that is a responsibility of the window person and window person only.
Damn, you would hate flying with me then, because I'll reach over. I'll be like, why'd you put the shade down?
And I'll be like, because I'm gonna throw up.
Oh, okay. True. And then my reaction would be, oh, okay, cool.
Oh, here's that bag. And then
puts it back up.
Yeah, there's a bag for that.
I'll rub your
back. I almost utilized that bag too. And Emily,
I would throw up though. I don't mind flying. I'm just in distress the entire time.
Dude, I love looking out and just I don't know, seeing that landscape is just so beautiful. Y'all remember when I told you I went skydiving, and then when we were descending down, like you got to see everything and how like breathtaking it was? Like that, I get that same feeling when I'm flying and looking out, dude. It's just like I'm speechless. It's so beautiful to see the greenery, to see when you're flying it, like sometimes in Colorado when it snows too. Seeing all that snow, dude, it's magnificent, dude. I get like it's just breathtaking sometimes.
I mean, I can't deny the beauty of it, but like internally, I'm freaking out as well. Like I have really stressful dreams about plane crashes and stuff, and it's been going on for my whole life. Finally, been on a plane and stuff, and it's it still happens. Emily again is the exact opposite. Like 10 minutes into the flight, she can be just knocked out. And I don't know how you do that.
How that happens.
That thing is the most uncomfortable seat ever.
Yeah. Whenever I was flying with Val, we went to Florida to visit her dad, and we flew to Florida. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to I'm just going to be in my own little bubble. Like it's the only reason why I still have an iPod Nano. Because I still have a bunch of songs on there.
Nice.
And
really aging yourself there.
I know. I was like, I'm a horrible person to fly with, and I'll admit that, because I'm picturing myself in a metal tube 30,000 feet above the air. Like when the plane malfunctions, we're not dying instantly. We're gonna have a nice 10-minute free fall about our impending death.
I think I told Elijah this, but if you don't like flying, I am the worst person to travel with because I love it so much.
You hang out in airport terminals.
I will show up. So I think what's the rule of thumb? It's like an hour and a half.
It's 2 hours.
2 hours. I'll show up 3 hours earlier because I like walking around the airport, getting food, sitting down, and just chilling. And I like getting on the airplane, and then I will, when I get to my destination, I'll take my time getting out of the airport because I like looking at other airports. And through this whole process, I'm just a child that just stepped into Toys R Us.
Oh my God.
It's good to people watch. I like that. but we get to the airport like 3 hours early because we're both paranoid. Well, Val's a lot more paranoid than I am about being on time for the plane.
Right.
And we were coming back from Florida, and we were at the airport like 4 hours ahead of time, and so we just sat there for 4 hours.
Man, Chris buys the tickets with like 36-hour layovers, dude, just so he can sit there.
Dude, I think I've flown about 10 times. I haven't flown all that much, but I could definitely put a number on it.
Yeah.
And I've only had a layover twice, and those layovers have been fairly long. And one of them was in Atlanta. It was so awesome.
Ever. Yeah.
I was so excited to be at that airport. And it was like a long layover too. So I was just like, oh yeah, let's see what food places there are.
Crazy,
it was just, I'm the word, if you don't like traveling via plane, don't travel with me, because the whole time I'm going to be so excited and so happy. And if you're a person that's going to just be like dreading it, then I'm going to bother you.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Yeah. And dude, I mean, Denver was really cool. I'd totally go back. And I think we were kind of trying to get there this year too. We were trying to go back. One of the weirdest stories we can come up with there. I mean, obviously Denver, Colorado is known for, like legal weed and stuff like that. So
yes,
the bed and breakfast we were staying at is like, just, you can smoke, but there are certain places for it, don't be leaving stuff around and all that kind of stuff. Right. So we check into our room and it's, really nice. We open up one of these dressers and there's just a bunch of weed in there and it's all over the place. And we had to like tell them like, hey, we didn't do it. I promise.
Not ours.
And I'm also going to take this free cookie. And I don't know, it was super weird. I mean, it was a super nice place though. They like made breakfast for us, like cooked to order. And it was like a really nice, like homey place.
Uh-huh.
The CVS stunk of weed though. Like we went into a CVS and you can see the effects of having like legal stuff like that. The place stunk so bad.
Dude, everywhere it smells. Okay.
It's so crazy, man.
It's so weird. I went to Colorado Springs. And I've been to Denver.
Yeah.
But, I don't remember it smelling like weed. But I think more for Colorado Springs, like I was out in like the parks and stuff in the mountains.
Yeah.
But like in Denver, like I don't remember it really smelling of weed. But I remember seeing like, because they have like green crosses that designate like this place sells it and stuff. I've never seen those.
We went into a boutique and everything, but even on the streets that we were walking down, I mean, there was people just openly smoking it like everywhere.
Yeah.
So a few years ago, we lived in Colorado for about 3 months.
Dang.
And in that 3 months, it was like the year after it was all legal. And so a bunch of those like marijuana dispensaries started popping up.
Yeah.
Prior to us living there that 3 months, I think it was a few months before that, like I want to say 2 or 3 months before that, we had gone to visit, me, my dad, and my older brother, because it was a company that he was working for. And then so they flew us out and we went to like a company party. So my dad went to work, like he went to do things for work. Me and my younger brother were like, let's walk around. We could smell the weed, like we smelled it all. And then I saw dispensary, and I was of legal age because I think it's like 21 over there. I think it's just the same as drinking.
I think so.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it. So I went in, I bought a little like brownie.
Yeah. They had like a bunch of stuff there, dude.
So the brownie, it's like perforated to where it's set for like 10 serving sizes.
Mm-hmm.
So you take one serving size and you should be good. Mm-hmm. I didn't read that.
Oh my gosh.
So and I got
course.
Yeah. So I ate the whole thing and I threw the wrapper away. And my little brother and the thing you keep in mind, we didn't have a car or anything, so we're walking from place to place, and it's snowing, so it's already struggle walking sober.
Yeah.
I ate the whole thing, throw away the wrapper. My little brother looks at me and says, "Did you eat the whole thing?" And I said, "Yes." That's what you're supposed to do. Like, I knew what I was supposed to do.
That's how
And
you
he's
eat a brownie.
Yeah,
I
of
know how to
course.
eat a brownie, bro.
And he goes, no. You're supposed to only eat part of that. And I looked at him and I said, you don't know what you're talking about. 30 minutes later, I start dying of laughter. So we have to go into this random like Safeway, which is a grocery store that they have in Colorado, and we have to sit at the table, and I can't stop laughing. And my little brother calls my dad and say, "Hey, can you come pick us up?" We didn't tell my dad at all. And while he's on the phone, my dad goes, "Yeah, I can pick y'all up, but we're also going to a company party." And,
we never heard from Chris again.
And so, yeah, we went to Dave and Buster's and we start playing games, and they start offering us food. And like, I'm trying to stay composed. Like, I just didn't just eat a whole brownie. So I'm just there, and my little brother has to keep telling me, dude, calm down, relax.
Not to mention all the flashing lights and noises. Like, you're probably hallucinating and having a weird trip.
Dude, I ate so many wings, and then I got so focused on this one game that I didn't leave it for 2 hours. I thought it'd been 10 minutes.
Oh, dang, dude.
Ew.
It was
I can't
fun.
believe that.
It was a fun experience. I had fun.
Well, as long as you had fun, we went to that dispensary, and they had like a medical side and a normal recreational side with all of those like goodies and stuff. We didn't try any, but we just it was kind of like a little tourist thing for us to check out. The only other place I've been is Quebec, Quebec City in Canada, and that's the only time I've ever been out of the country too.
But you have a nice, cool story of some people you met while leaving Quebec, right?
If I remember. What do you mean?
A certain team of a
certain yes. No, I know what you mean now. Yes, we actually ran into the Toronto Raptors at the Toronto airport because it was a crossover flight or whatever. The entire playing team, dude, it was insane.
Yeah.
They have to check their luggage just like us.
They're real people like us. They're normal.
No, they skipped the line and they went to like the express lane and all that good stuff. But all their they were like taking out all their crap like we do, and it's all the most notable person I recognized was Kyle Lowry. I saw him and I was just like, dang, that's Kyle Lowry, and I was like, I was literally getting checked out, going through the metal detectors like alongside this dude. It was absolutely crazy.
Did you take any pictures with them or like get any autographs or anything?
Well, I mean, and that's the thing. All of our cameras and phones are in the conveyor belt being scanned for, you know what? Yeah. It was like the worst timing ever. So I was like, no way I'm going to make this any worse to ask for picture or even take pictures. And, hey, get him. He's taking a picture,
That's something that I'm like, that's something that I'm waiting for, is to run into someone famous at the airport.
Hey, that was the second time I'd been on a plane trip, and it happened for me. So I guess it makes up for all the places I haven't been.
By that logic, I'm not gonna meet someone famous in an airport, and I have to do like 30 more flights before it happens.
Yeah, for sure. Yo, we stayed in a castle there, man. I'm gonna pull this up and see if I can.
Yeah, I've never been out of the country. I've only ever traveled within the U.S. and I still want to go out of the country, mainly England, mainly Manchester, to see my boys Manchester City play.
Yeah, that sounds dope. Actually, I would be down for that. There's this place here called the Chateau Frontenac, and it's just this huge castle thing, and it's just like a hotel, and it's relatively inexpensive. So Quebec is like they call it like the poor man's France or whatever, because it's a French province, and it is dope. It is so affordable, and Emily's been to France, so we were there and she's like, oh my gosh, I feel like we're in France. I was like, cool, freaking awesome, man. I feel like I'm in France too. I don't know what that feels like, but it feels like I'm pretty fancy. Yeah, it's I mean, I want to go back for sure.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I've heard good things about Canada. I've heard obviously there's always that like rumor that Canadians are super nice. There was this funny YouTube video I was watching called Dropping In. It's this comedian who like drops into every city. Andrew Schultz, he's one of my favorite comedians. And he drops into Montreal and also I wanted to say another city. I don't think it was Quebec. But
Vancouver, maybe.
What? Say that again.
Vancouver, maybe. It's like the only.
Yeah. Vancouver and Montreal, and he's in an Uber with someone in Montreal, and he was and he tells the Uber, so like, are people really nice? And the Uber driver goes, yeah, we're really nice to people outside, like who are not from Canada. But then people in Canada, we don't like people from Vancouver, and the Vancouver people don't like people from Montreal. And I was like, what? That's so backwards.
It's weird though, because there's like the French part of Canada that hates the rest of Canada, and then the like English, part of Canada loves everyone except for the French part of Canada.
That's so true.
The us part of Canada.
Right?
Yeah.
Yo, this place had some crazy things that we discovered too, and it was our honeymoon. It was me and Emily's honeymoon little trip.
Aww.
But we were like, dude, we need Elijah here. Like Elijah would love this place because we kept finding so many cool stores. They had a year-round Christmas store.
Year-round Christmas store.
Hell yeah,
dude! Christmas trees lined all the way, and outside the place, they're blaring Christmas music, and it was like November when we went, but that's happening year round. Crazy. It had all kinds of schemes of ornaments and whatever, and then they also had this medieval store where they had a bunch of like Lord of the Rings lore, swords, rings. And we were just there the whole time. Like, dude, we should have just brought Elijah on the honeymoon. He could have like third wheeled hardcore and it would have been weird, but
from Teen Titans Go, and like I would not mind that at all.
Yeah, exactly. Third wheel.
Oh, man. You got that table? Oh, I got us a nice round booth where we can all sit together.
Yeah, dude. We'll have to go as a group. Sometime.
Did any vampires come at you? Because that's what that place reminded me of. That picture just reminded me of like vampires living there and like just sucking your blood at night while you're sleeping.
Those pictures are pretty creepy. Like it looks like a crazy like Transylvanian thing.
Yeah, it's a nice, cool, like historic castle.
It really is. I mean, even I think Churchill used it at one point as well.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
There's a ton of history in Quebec in just that little small section. But no, I didn't see any vampires. They have a Starbucks in that castle. They put a Starbucks in there. I mean, this castle's got everything you need, man.
Yeah, dude, Starbucks is everywhere.
Yeah, I know. They had to do it. They had to do it.
All right. So, what is the place that you are going to travel to? Like, where's the one place that you can confirm and say, I am going to this location? You may not have a date, but you are saying, like, I am going. Like, some people, when they plan their trip, are like, I'm thinking about going here, here, here. Where do you know you're going?
So, I know where I'm going. So, when I first met Val, before we started dating, before we knew each other and all that stuff, we were just talking, being friendly. She loves foxes. She like, that's her spirit animal, 100%. She loves foxes. In Japan, there's this thing called the Fox Village, where they have like hundreds of random foxes that you could like live with, basically. And they have like and then they have like a deer park as well, and like you'll live amongst like these wild deer and stuff. And Val loves foxes. She 100% loves ramen. She loves. I can't express how much she loves ramen. And so I know for certain that we're going to Japan. I just don't know when.
That sounds. I mean, I would have totally. If you said everything else and said, "Guess where this takes place," I would have totally guessed Japan.
Yeah.
That's
I've seen videos about that too, and these foxes are like super friendly. And when they see people, they all run towards that person and are just like, they're just like hyper dog, like very excited.
That's exactly what they are at this point. They're just like crazy hyper dogs, basically.
Yeah.
And so like we've already kind of planned out like what we would do and stuff. And I know like we're gonna go to the Fox Village for like a whole day. But there's also the Imperial Naval or Imperial Maritime Museum for Japan, which I think is located in Tokyo, I think. And we're gonna go there. And they have like a 1/8 scale of like the battleship Yamamoto, and it's still takes up like the whole story like of that building. So
that's insane.
That's awesome, dude.
So like that's 100% like a place I know we're going at some point in our lives.
Japan is definitely a destination for sure.
Yeah, I want to go there for their anime scene, dude. I love anime.
Yeah, like Tokyo just seems like a crazy, lively, lit up neon city, you know.
There's also that really creepy suicide forest. I'm trying to convince her that should be a stop that we go to.
Don't do
that. I'll go with you.
We're not gonna go like for a couple days and then leave, but we're gonna go there for like at least a week.
Yeah, they're just troublemakers, dude. You're crazy.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I'll go. I'll show up the last like 2 days of y'all's trip, and then we'll go real quick, and then I'll leave, and then leave y'all be.
Well, dude, COVID is making me want to, you know, of course, go visit Corpus. We always love San Antonio.
Yeah,
we just love the Riverwalk there. They got a Haagen-Dazs there on the Riverwalk. We love.
They have a Saltgrass Steakhouse on the Riverwalk.
Oh man, that place is legit.
Yeah.
We miss College Station, and Chris is there right now. We miss that place, but I mean,
dude, come down.
We miss all the food there. Lane's Chicken, man, we miss like all the places up in there. But there are a couple of places that I really want to make happen for Emily. I didn't go to France with her. I mean, I think I met her a little bit after she went to France.
I think, yeah.
Right. And
yeah.
So that's always a cool thing because she loves that place. Want to make that happen. She really wants to go to Scotland. And then also one of her, these are all places I want to go to because I'm not afraid of flying as much as I was before. So another place would be like to go somewhere, and this can be either, you know, Norway or even Alaska if we want to stay in the States, but like for the Northern Lights, we really want to see that phenomenon, you know?
Yeah. Dude, that'd be awesome. I would say the one place that I know I am traveling to is New Orleans.
Right.
Not for the reason you think, because the reason why is because I've never been to New Orleans. I don't think I know anybody that lives in Louisiana, so I'm probably
know me. I'm here.
Again, I don't think I know anybody in Louisiana. I'm just kidding. No, I want to go to New Orleans
by himself.
Yeah, I want to go to New Orleans because I've never been, and then also it'd be a prime time to visit Elijah after he just moved in and got settled. So I know for a fact that I'm going there within the next half a year. So it's going to be dope. I heard nothing but good things about New Orleans.
From Emily and Val, I've only heard that it's just smells like pee and poop all over the place, like at Bourbon Street and stuff like that.
I heard that as well, but I heard it's fine.
It smells like, you know, sticky alcohol all over the place and pee and poop.
That's also the only thing that I'm worried about. Like, I want to go to Vegas, but what am I going to do there? I don't drink.
Right.
I'm not going to gamble.
Like, give money away. Oh no. Okay.
What am I going to do there? Ride the little roller coaster that goes around the building?
You're not going to do the slot machines? Even the grannies do like the slot machines. And
no, dude, I hate gambling. I'm too stingy. I hate that nonsense.
Oh, you'll just be there for a long time just doing it for.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
But the thing is, go ahead.
Well, I realized I was like that with that game in the arcade, that the ball that goes around in a circle. and there's a bunch of different colors, and you choose the color that you think the ball's going to land in after it's done spinning.
Yeah.
And the white one is a really skinny white colored slot where the ball hits, and you get like 500 tickets if it lands there.
Yeah, you get like the jackpot for that one.
The jackpot, yeah. And I would always choose that one, and I would just be there like just like constantly. And that's when I knew I was bad. Like I was bad at gambling and all that stuff. It was not something I should do.
I tried. So I went to Minnesota. I guess I've traveled a lot now that I realize it.
Yeah,
and so I went to Minnesota, and we went to an Indian reservation to gamble, and I did penny slots because I'm like I can't I'm too stingy to gamble. So I put 5 cents in, and I said, this is how long it's going to last me. And I got to 7 cents, and I cashed out.
Oh my gosh,
by 7 cents, and I left.
Oh, dude, it hurts, man. That 5 cents you could have used somewhere else.
That's what I'm saying. Like I could have used that to cover the sales tax of something else.
That's what I'm saying.
Dang, dude.
Freaking ridiculous.
But I also played the Alien versus Predator slot machine and like this Trojan Heroes thing, so I wasn't doing the best slots.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, those don't sound very
and it also smelled like a ginormous ashtray because it's full of grannies with ashtrays on their little walkers just huffing and puffing.
That's like the equivalent to bingo, like for over there, you know?
Exactly.
Like they just go there and put their life savings in there and stuff.
Yeah. I never want to be in I guess it feels like a super upscale casino like in Vegas. That'd probably be like the only time I'd ever go back into one.
There's another difference there. I think y'all have lived in another state as well. Like Chris said, he's originally from California, right? And then Elijah even lived in South Carolina for a little bit.
I did.
I've never lived out of state.
That's kind of different. There ain't no place like Texas, that's for sure.
South Carolina?
South Carolina's great. Like I want to go back to it.
Yeah. I love Texas. I love Texas. I've grown so accustomed to like the people and the places. Like I love Texas. I lived in California until I was about like 4 or 5, I think, and then we moved to Texas. But then after that, I lived in San Diego for a year when I was like 18. Mm-hmm. And the people are too. Shout out to anybody from San Diego. Just kidding. But like they're too much for me, dude. They're too pretentious.
You're too much for me. Nice.
I try to like say that to soften the blow a little bit.
Yeah.
When I insult them, but
you just have to say no offense, and then no offense will be given.
Exactly. That's exactly what just happened. No one is hurt by his words.
Oh, they do have a great burrito called the California burrito, which is just a burrito with French fries in it and like carne asada and like guac and things. So basically, you could do it normally, but like they call it a California burrito. Also, I am upset that they don't do breakfast tacos. They laughed every time I said, "Let's go get breakfast tacos." And every time they laughed, I've never wanted to punch someone.
Really, like the Texas thing is breakfast tacos. Like, there's nothing. There's the places I've been to that we never did breakfast tacos except for Texas.
Yeah.
And when I went to Guadalajara, Mexico for a week, we never had breakfast tacos.
Yeah.
I think there was one time where we went and we like got street tacos. I got some El Pastor. It was amazing. But so we went to this like big historic shopping district or whatever in Guadalajara. That was like it was been around since like the 1500s or whatever, in front of this huge cathedral. And these two other people I'm with, they went and they're just trying to try stuff, and they got crickets, and they ate some crickets. Like this guy was selling crickets, and they got a bunch of crickets they ate them. And I kid you not, like 5 minutes later, as we're still around, some police come by to the cricket guy, and then they check his bag, and then they take him away.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't think y'all should be eating those crickets. And they're like, oh, I don't think we should either.
Oh,
so, yeah.
I would never eat. I would never do that anyway. Did Chris get to say his destination? I guess what your plan is.
Oh man, dude, I have a lot.
Yeah,
Okay, so funny thing, I told Elijah this pretty recently, but I was looking at I had one of those like Southwest cards that for your Chase, and every time you use it, you can you like accumulate miles. And I've had it for so long, but I never realized I never used the miles or anything like that. So I looked it up, how many I had, and I had
crap ton, right?
50,000 miles.
Oh.
So I went through and I started trying to think of cool trips that I can do and everything. So I have a ton in
Hawaii is what you said, right? Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii is one. New Orleans. I want to go back to New York, and then my fourth and final trip is up in the air, but Vegas to just experience it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like with Vegas and New Orleans, they have it's like they have a preconceived idea of what you're supposed to do when you get there, type of thing.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
feel like you can do a whole lot. Like my parents weren't into gambling, and they went to Vegas, and they did a little bit of gambling, but they did a bunch of other random touristy stuff. You know, definitely there's stuff you could find. Like I know for me, if I went to those places, I would 100% download the Triple D restaurants, and I'd go and pick those out and go to those.
That's actually a great idea.
And Guy's done a whole he went to UNLV and stuff, and he like every other episode is basically like a Las Vegas and Reno, Nevada episode. So
that's also another thing is I would love to do a food tour.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Not go to
what we do when we travel anyway, but
yeah. Go to New Orleans for the beignets, or go to San Diego for the California burritos, or go to Las Vegas for whatever burger place they have there, you know? A food tour would be amazing. The only thing is I would have to constantly work out because I'd be eating so much.
The thing is that with me and Emily, when we traveled it's actually in both cases, when we traveled to Denver and Quebec, we found an awesome diner in Denver, and we went there we kept going back 3 or 4 times, even if it was just for a pie, an apple pie with a la mode, an ice cream scoop on top. And then there was one in Quebec also. It was this little cafe, and I meant to try poutine when I was there, classic French
the ultimate
Canadian
dish.
Yeah.
What is it? I've heard of it. I've heard it several times.
Cheese curds, French fries with cheese curds, and then brown gravy.
It's gravy fries with cheese curds on it.
That sounds amazing. Oh, I want it now too.
I mean, I didn't try it. That's the thing. I was so hung up on I went safe first, and I was like, you know what? I'll try a pizza or something like this. Whatever thing that they had. It was a specialty French Canadian pizza thing. It was absolutely amazing, and we just kept going back. We didn't even want to try anything else. We need to be more adventurous.
When I travel, when it comes to food, when I'm home, I'll go to the same place every time. Taco Bell, 5 days a week, that's fine with me. But when I'm out and about and traveling, I'm ooh, that place looks good. Let's try it, or let's go to that place. Just because there's always gonna have the new place is always gonna have at least one meal that I have as a go-to, and then I can just try something different. So everybody's always gonna have something pretty similar. Yeah. But it's even then, just trying all the new foods, having just new things. Even if I don't like it, at least I tried it.
Yeah.
No, 100%. When we autos congregate, we move from food source to food source. Oh yeah, that's how we do our trips.
That's what powers us.
Exactly.
Man,
that's our power source.
It's good too. It's never bad. Woo.
For those of you who don't know, the Autos, they're a clan of humans that plan to take over the world.
Yes.
So just a heads up.
Yeah.
Dude, I get so hungry making these podcasts, and for some reason we always revert to food, and it just makes me so hungry. I am starving.
I'm telling you, we're gonna end up years from now. We're just gonna end up as a food podcast.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, we're gonna be the next. I don't even know this show. Diners,
drive-ins, and dives. Dude,
it's so hard to say, dude. Triple D is easier to say.
Triple D.
Guy Fieri is gonna call us up and be like, "Hey, I'm retiring. Can y'all 3 host?"
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen.
100%.
We'll be there. Yes.
Yo, so I got a question for you. This is kind of out of the realm of travel. Let's just say in the near future, you're able to travel like throughout our solar system. You know, like you had the capability and it was affordable to like leave Earth. Where would y'all go? Like what planet would you go see first?
Okay, when you say affordable, like, can you give me a price range here? Like, I need all the logistics of it. Like, I need to know who's supplying the flight. Who am I? Like,
Elon Musk, and he's giving you got a golden ticket because you bought his Tesla. So now you get a free ride.
Is actually doing this.
Like, let's just say in the near future, everything becomes extremely, efficient. Like, it's basically flying Delta, but you have the capability of paying like $100 a ticket, and you can actually leave Earth and go to like some sort of resort on Mars or something.
I think I would go to Saturn, and I would try to stay on one of Saturn's moons, and so I can look at the rings and stuff.
Oh yes, I would do one of the gas giants, one of the moons of the gas giant planets. Because
so y'all are even on board. I guess I didn't give you all the option. I wouldn't even do it at all. I don't know if I would even.
There was an option. I thought
that's like another level of scary for me. But
I thought it was like gun to your head. You have to
gun to your head. You have to take
like that's what I thought. I would know. Yeah, I think I would do like one of the gas giant planets, like the moons, like Galileo or something like that. Or I would just like go very basic and do Mars, just because like you see so many you read books like with that are what is it? Some Ray Bradbury, he did that book about I forgot what it's called.
I got you.
It's about like Mars and like Mars life or whatever. And then there's that movie with Matt Damon. The Martian. Also,
the Mars Chronicles is what it.
There it is.
Yeah, by Ray Bradbury. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are like the ones that Mars would be the planet that I would do like the most basic, but I think the most fun and interesting would be like a moon, like Galileo, or even just our moon.
Well, because you'd have the entire planet, theoretically in the distance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like say that's a great idea. Yeah, that is so cool.
Yeah. What about you, Elijah?
Oh no, I'd be on one of the moons on Saturn, and I'd look at Saturn.
No doubt, dude. That would be beautiful. I mean, I don't know if that's even capable, but that's just like the next level of travel. I feel like that could happen eventually.
Well, I think isn't Japan or China like looking like they're like working on a space elevator?
Yeah.
Really? I think so. One of them is working on like a space elevator. Like we always hear about that.
Yeah, but that's only because of the whole like us getting to Mars thing. They want to one-up us.
Oh, okay. Well, we have to go past Mars then, and
we're gonna make an escalator that's
make an escalator
going to space.
Dude, Elijah, let's go. Like, pack your stuff. We're leaving tomorrow. Let's just go to Saturn right now.
I'm free.
See, like,
I
how
cool
would it be to actually say that? Like, let's just get away. Like, I need to get away off this planet. Like instead of just I need to go on a road trip. I need to get off this planet already. Let's just go somewhere.
Dude, in like years down the line, it's gonna be like that. Can like imagine how crazy that is to where like right now we're saying I need to get away, so let me go to the next city over or the next state over. Yeah. Nah. For people thousands of years from now, it's gonna be like, oh, I can't deal with Earth. I need to go to Mars now.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy to think about.
I'm gonna be like, I need to deal with less human beings, and then I'm gonna flee. I'm gonna run away.
Let me pose this kind of idea. I was thinking it's kind of like a dream to just drop everything and go travel the world, right? Like that's kind of like a thing that we all wish we could do. Why do y'all think that is? Like, why do y'all think
to take a gap year to find yourself?
Do you think it's like a spiritual journey?
I think so.
It's okay. I see it two ways. I see one like people are doing it just so they can say they've traveled to places and just kind of like be like embrace culture of other cities.
Mm-hmm.
But the other one is to find yourself. Like you're going to other places to try to understand these things and see how they can impact you. Like some people only do it for the surface level, while others will go into a deep, more like self, like fulfilling goal that like, hey, these are things that could help me like develop by just experiencing different things. So
yeah,
I think that's mostly what it is just trying to like people find yourself. But like,
you think there's like a primal instinct to that like, we're explorers too, like that there's like a dynamic
I think
there?
so. I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why the evolutionary train, like we went to other places.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like there's a whole reason why we did that. It's just to go find, you know, whether it be living space or food, or like we're following the migrations of a herd, and then we just end up staying where they stay. Yeah, 100%.
And also like when we're born, we're curious as babies.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something that like, yes, we grow old and like we become different from when we were a baby, but that curiosity never leaves. Like we're always still trying to find the answer to things that like we don't necessarily have, like that we have a question to, or that we question everything, and we're always down to find the answer to our questions.
That's when people mostly travel too, when they retire and they're you know getting up in their age, and they make those plans still. You're right. Like I feel like that's definitely a factor there.
Yeah. Damn, we just got real philosophical.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Drop in.
Drop
knowledge.
Too deep.
That was sick.
Tell Elijah too deep, too much.
Well, COVID-19 needs to hurry up and get out of here so we can make these travel destinations come true. We'll go ahead and head into our rants and recommendations. You go ahead and start it off, Elijah.
So my rant is deeply personal.
Ooh.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So I feel like ever since I've moved here, like I've become detached from the podcast, and it's led me to be not as productive or discerning about it. Like it took me forever to get this mic and set up when I could have done it like right away, you know? And the other day, or I guess last Saturday, like I had like a come to moment thing for myself. I was playing Magic the Gathering, and I was like, well, hey, I'm jobless right now. So like I need to direct my energy towards something. And all this time I could have directed it toward the podcast, and I haven't, you know? So I feel like I've been cheating, not just y'all, but like our 5 subscribers and our 100 followers on the Twitter.
Talk about getting deep still, man. We're still deep in the thing, man.
And so my rant is like toward myself. Like I need to like get over the self-loathing that I've like been falling into, you know, and be the better person to make this the best podcast so we can eventually have this as our job. So White Claw sponsor us.
So
I mean, all the sponsors.
I did not see this coming. Did you, Daniel? I didn't think it was gonna say
when he said that he felt kind of detached from the podcast, I couldn't help but kind of giggle because he's not even visible. Like his
I know,
his
like not even a
on.
webcam.
Like, oh no, he's gonna quit the podcast.
I was like, I mean, you ain't visually, you ain't wrong.
Visually, you're pretty detached, bro.
I know, but the webcam thing is because I have a really dumb monitor, and it's from like the early 1980s, so it doesn't have a webcam. So, but yeah, I feel like I've like become distant, and like I started putting the podcast to the side. Like I wasn't as involved in our planning and production and stuff, and I feel like that's not who I should be. So I need to be better.
We're not gonna. I mean, you don't have to be guilty towards us. I feel like that's definitely like something that you're working on, like on you. And that's cool, man. Like we're just having fun, dude. As long as you come out here and you have fun, that's all we want you to do, bro.
I know. I was about to say, like, I I don't think I've ever sat down and said, you know what, Elijah's not doing enough for us. Like
Right. Yeah.
It's awesome that like you want to just do more for the podcast, and it's awesome that you want to do more with us. But like, also don't ever sit there and feel like you're not enough for the podcast.
Yeah.
Like,
He's setting a standard for himself, you know.
Yeah, and that's awesome. But just know, like, we got each other. We're here with each other for each other. So like, you're good, dude.
Yeah, the reason why I don't have a webcam is I'm crying right now. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's naked on the bedroom floor crying.
Yeah, 100%. I'm teardrops are on my guitar.
Oh man,
as we speak right now. So.
Daniel, please
dude,
I'm gonna something fun and dumb. Like my emotions are out of hand right now, and I don't know how to.
Yeah, dude. We pulled out the feels on this episode, my dude. I'll go into mine. I think I'm actually gonna make like a rant segment, like COVID. What did you do now? You know what I mean? So, Dunkin' Donuts is closing 800 of their U.S.
800
locations.
stores. I saw that.
It's like about 8% of their actual store volume and stuff. But still, America runs on Dunkin'. What the heck are we supposed to do?
I didn't think Dunkin' was that. Like, I always preferred Krispy Kreme 100%. But when I was at IBC, this horrible bank, we had a Dunkin' Donuts right next to us, and I'd go there like almost every day to get coffee, and it wasn't bad. It was cheap, and it was good. Like it's like 10 times cheaper than Starbucks, and to me, like it tastes just as good.
And there's one nearby our place that has they're connected a Baskin Robbins, so you can get your ice cream and your coffee donuts like all in one. It's I guess their parent companies or whatever. So
yeah,
freaking amazing.
Dude, apparently a lot of people love Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Actually, like
it's like under
too. Like it's weird because like for so long Starbucks dominated the coffee game, but like more recently I've seen more people get Dunkin' than they get Starbucks. Yeah. Also, they do have a Beyond Sausage like breakfast sandwich that I tried. Absolutely incredible.
Beyond Sausage.
Yeah, like the breakfast. You know, like the sausage.
Is it like a sausage substitute?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So when I was like vegetarian, they had one, and I tried it, and it was good, dude.
That's dope.
I don't like their donuts though.
I actually do have. Taco Bell has been affected. They've like messed with their. They didn't mess with. They like condensed their menu a little bit.
I feel like a lot of restaurants that have done that too. Like they've condensed their stuff.
Well, they took out the beefy Frito burrito.
And
that's the worst part. Everything else I could deal with, but the beefy Frito burrito was pretty bad.
That's the best thing. Like I literally just had that 2 weeks ago when me and Val did a little date day. We stopped by there to get some Baja Blast and a couple of those things. I'm mad that those are taken
Well, you better
away.
enjoy it while you can, because I think it's over in August. One other small rant I have is that ever since we did our simp episode, we talked a little bit about dating apps and stuff like that. My YouTube ads have been this is how you flirt with girls, or how to have an interesting bio for your dating app. NSA and YouTube and all of y'all, thanks for listening without our permission, and also thank you for listening to the Thought Arcade.
Yeah, no, I keep getting the Hitch ad and then the Match.com, like that awkward, like, oh, I'm on my first video chat with this guy. Oh my gosh, we're so cheesy. Dude, I can't stand it. Only. Like, I need my FBI agent to change that up. Okay, I have a mattress and I have a fiance. Give me some more food, okay, Mr. FBI agent. I'll watch food commercials all day.
Dang, you piggyback on my rant real quick, dude. Hit us with yours, Chris.
How funny would it be if y'all two received like the dating ones and y'all are in relationships and I'm over here seeing nothing but like the lonely stuff, like date for one, cheap here at Taco Bell or whatever.
So bad.
Chris got Warhammer ads.
I did for a while when I was like huge into like getting the stuff. I haven't really looked at any of the stuff now, but But anyways, my rant is probably just computers, man. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
Cool.
I hate them too.
It's not because I don't like them. It's because they constantly update like parts and pieces inside your computers, and I'm like trying to build, or like I'm looking to build my own soon, and like I have to just buy all these new parts, and I can't just like use some of my old or like salvage any of my old parts from. It's just why, like, take some time before you upgrade the next like video card or RAM or power. So I don't know. Just take your time. Just give me time, please.
No. Jeez, that's so weird. And we rely on computers so much, and you had to go and mess with them like that, Chris.
No, I love computers. Hey, computers, if you're listening and you plan on taking over the world pretty soon, I love you guys.
Oh, yeah. You better apologize real quick, dude.
Like, give me time to upgrade before.
Yeah. Well, Elijah, hit us up with some recommendations, my man.
All right. So I have a great recommendation. That it's a TV show that I've already binge watched. It's only 2 seasons, and I think it stopped production because of COVID. I'm not too sure. But it's called What We Do in the Shadows on FX or FXX, one of the two. And it's like if you combine The Office with vampire lore and you put it together, it's this show, and it's amazing. It's hilarious. I love the writing for it. I love the documentary type stuff. It's hilarious. I can't recommend it enough. I love the show. I'm gonna rewatch it here soon. It's funny. There's a lot of really dumb situations, and like how they write the vampire lore, like it's pretty on point. Like it's not like Twilight lore and that BS. It's like pulled from like Dracula and stuff like that. Like it's hilarious.
Classic vampire.
Yeah.
I heard it's funny, and I've seen like memes and things like that. I've never gotten the time to watch it, but I heard it's pretty funny.
It is hilarious.
I think it advertised when we didn't have Hulu, and I was like super interested in it, man.
Yeah. No, definitely check it out.
Oh man. All right, definitely. Awesome. My recommendation is actually, I'm gonna pull this up here because it's pretty freaking cool.
Google Maps? Oh, okay.
Here, Google Maps, yeah. At JusticeCon, Zack Snyder released this little clip where Black Suit Superman walks in to Alfred.
What?
There's a trailer that was released a long time ago when Justice League was coming out, and it's it's the whiskey glass shaking a little bit, and you don't get to see anybody, but you just see Alfred say, you know, I'm glad you're here. Hopefully it's not too late. You never found out who it was, and look who it is. It's friggin' Black Suit Superman.
Black Suit.
Cannot wait.
What does the Black Suit mean?
Oh man, it's deep in the lore, bro. It's deep in the Superman lore. But yeah, I can't wait to see what's revealed for the Snyder Cut later in August at DC Fandom. It's another little online convention that's happening. And so that's going to be, I'm going to drop some more stuff on y'all then. But also, we're still in hurricane season. Be prepared, my dudes. Do not go out and try to catch a wave. Don't do that. Be safe.
I heard you get the best waves during hurricane season. So
you
they were wrong.
You do when it's in the Gulf and not on you.
Yeah.
Because the Gulf, when it's in the Gulf, it's pulling the water back and sucking it all up and pushing it all back out, so you get really good waves. Like if you're doing like a 3-foot wave, you got to get like a 7-foot wave. But if it's over you, definitely seek shelter. But my parents were like a part of the one that hit Corpus recently, and my parents just laughed, and I was like, guys,
it didn't hit that hard.
It didn't, but I was just like, still.
Rumor has it though, if you go towards the eye of the hurricane, you are safe.
No, very
good.
Very good advice.
Just kidding. Don't listen to me. Please don't listen to me. Do not do
safe,
that.
my
That's
people.
like the opposite thing of what you want to do. Alrighty. My recommendation is going outside.
Go outside.
Now, Now it may be hot in some places where you're at, but sometimes, with COVID, we're getting caught inside, and it does get a bit draining, or you feel trapped both physically and mentally. But it's always nice to go and take a walk. So I would recommend go outside and take walks. They help. Take your dog, wear your mask, and go for a walk, socially distance, and that could help you potentially feel a little bit better and not as trapped. So,
and you get some vitamin D.
Yeah, that's it. Unless you're walking at night, then you don't.
That's
but
true.
Also maybe bring a person if you're walking at night too.
Yeah.
I didn't really think the recommendation through. Like there are a lot of other points that I'm starting to bring up, but I'm gonna go ahead and just stick to the main point of go for a walk.
Great advice. We love that. We love doing that, man.
So anyways, thank you guys for listening. Next week we will be doing our CC's episode, and we're gonna be arguing whether or not CC's is a good buffet. Probably not, but it's a good buffet place. So definitely tune in for that one. But again, thank you guys for listening, and thank you for supporting. This has been another episode of the Thought Arcade.
Bye.